Well, today we are going to learn about the Lewis structure of nitronium ion. First thing is the finding of central atom. Central atom is the atom which has the lowest electronegativity, and then among this nitrogen and oxygen, we can see nitrogen is the lowest electronegative element and nitrogen should be the central atom. There is another point to find the central atom, that is the atom which has the ability to form multiple bonds. We can see nitrogen can form triple bond or three bonds, but oxygen can form only 2 bonds. Then nitrogen should be the central atom. I'm going to sketch this nitronium ion like this, and next one is finding the amount of electrons present in valence shells. We know oxygen is in 16th group, so there should be 6 electrons in the valence shell of oxygen, and there are 2 oxygen atoms. Then multiply this 6 electron by 2, and the other one is nitrogen. It is belongs into the 15th group of periodic table, so it has 5 electrons in the valence shell of and there's a special thing to be considered. NO2 plus, it has a plus 1 charge. That means it has removed 1 electron. Then we have to subtract 1 electron. Then there are 16 electrons in the nitronium ion valence shell. And next we have to calculate the amount of electron pairs. Then divide these 16 electrons by 2. Then there are 8 electron pairs. Then by using these electron pairs, we have to make a single bond between central atom and this oxygen. Then to indicate a single bond, there should be 1 electron pair like this, and the other oxygen and nitrogen also should have a single bond like this. And we have used 2 electron pairs, so there are 6 electron pairs remaining. These remained electron pairs are provided to the highest electronegative atom according to the octet rule. Among this nitrogen and oxygen is the highest electronegative element, so we can supply electron pairs to the oxygen like this, and it should be according to the octet rule. And we have marked 5 electron pairs now. Now we have 3 electron pairs remaining. We can provide this remained 3 electron pairs to the other oxygen like this. And now we have marked all the 8 electron pairs on valence shells of each atoms. Next step is calculation of formal charge. Formal charge is calculated like this. Calculate the amount of electrons in valence shell of the atom after the formation of bond and before the formation of bond. Let's see about the oxygen. Oxygen, it has 6 electrons in the valence shell before formation of bonds. Now it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 electrons in the valence shell. Remember that we calculate 1 electron from this bond to the oxygen atom when calculating the formal charge, and so it has gained an extra electron, so it has minus 1 charge. In nitrogen, it has 5 electrons before the formation of bonds. Now it has 2 electrons after the formation of bond. Again, consider that we are calculating 1 electron from this bond and 1 electron from this bond for the formal charge. So it has removed 3 electrons. When 3 electrons are removed, it gains plus 3 charge. And consider about this oxygen also. Initially, that means before the formation of bonds, it has 6 electrons in the valence shell. Now it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 electrons. So we can see that it has gained an electron. So it should have a -1 charge. And next step is reduce this formal charges as much as possible. Then to reduce the formal charges, we convert lone electron pairs as bonds. So we start from negative formal charges and distribute it between positive charged atoms. So as an example, we can use this electron pair to form a bond between nitrogen and oxygen like this. Then we can consider that there is a bond. Now this bond is made by 2 electrons, and after formation of bonds, this 1 electron belongs to oxygen and the other electrons belongs to the nitrogen. Then the charges get reduced by 1, and the other side as well, we can make a double bond by using this lone electron pair. Then this one electron belongs to oxygen and the other electron belongs to nitrogen. Then this charges also get reduced by 1. Let's see how does it happen. I will draw again this structure. Then there are 2 electron pairs like this. At this side also there are 2 electron pairs. There should be 2 lone pairs, and this oxygen also should have 2 electron pairs remaining. Let's see formal charge of oxygen again. Calculate the number of electrons now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again remember that we calculate only 2 electrons to the oxygen, the other 2 electrons to the nitrogen. There are 6 electrons now. That means after formation of bonds. Before the formation of bond also it had 6 electrons, and we can see that there is no change in the number of electrons. So oxygen has no formal charge. Nitrogen, it gains 2 electrons from this side, 2 electrons from this side, and it has now 4 electrons in the valence shell, but it should have 5 electrons. We can see there is an electrons has removed. So nitrogen should have +1 formal charge. Let's see about this oxygen. This oxygen has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 electrons. We can remember that it has 6 electrons in the valence shell before formation of bonds. So there is no change in the number of electrons in the valence shell. So it has no formal charge, and this is the Lewis dot structure. We can draw Lewis dot dash structure. Then it is done like this. Then we can convert this uh, bond electron pairs into a small dash. There's 2 electron pairs in this bond, so there should be 2 small dashes, and this also there are 2 small dashes, and we have to mark all the lone electron pairs like this, and formal charge also, and this is the Lewis dot dash structure of nitronium ion. Thanks for watching.